What happens in your marriage when your love is strong, but your sexual rhythm start changing, good people? Yes, sir. That's what we talking about in this
Woo.
episode of the Married Life Podcast, episode 18.
18.
18. What it do? Hey,
What?
I'm one of your co-hosts, FL, your life coach, and this is my boo thing. What's your
Oh,
name,
you want my
babe?
name?
What's your name, babe?
Chandra.
Yeah, that's my boo thing. And listen, in today's episode, good people, man, we talking about it. That sexual rhythm, right? How you have to find a new rhythm at every stage of life, or else, man, that sexual connection dies out. So listen, this episode right here, this is for all our seasoned couples, huh, babe?
Right.
Couples that's been married 10 plus years, couples that's in their late 30s, 40s, 50s, hormone shifting, energy shifting. Oh, and old Perry showing that head, huh?
Perry popping.
Popping. So listen, man, we ain't gonna hold you. We about to jump right into it, right?
Yes.
So listen, before we get into it, I'm gonna hit you with this. Nobody really prepares couples for this stage of marriage. Oh, in our experience, man, we've saw a lot of couples break at this stage, right? Because nobody tells you about the hormone shifts, right? The energy shifts, right? Nobody even mentions about perimenopause, let alone the hormone
I
shifts.
didn't know about.
Yeah.
I'm finding out the hard way.
So in this episode, man, we about to talk about it. We about to just jump right in and tell y'all a personal story about us, about our rhythm. So let's just get into it. So our sexual rhythm, man, in our 20s, it was like jackrabbit.
Just putting all our business out there.
It was
killing it out.
It was strong, good people. 30s, same way when you say.
Yeah, okay, well, in 20s we didn't have children.
Oh,
so
yeah, talk about that.
We didn't have to account for that aspect. Because that changes, when children come into the picture, that will change things. So we didn't experience that because we didn't have children in our 20s. So
that's true. That's true. So that kind of made it. Yeah, that made it
a
big difference. So yeah, the jackrabbit was easy to do.
Right.
Yeah, 30s, it kind of slowed down a little bit.
Right.
I would say 20s, it was 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. You feel me? 30s, 30s, it might have been, probably still 7 days, maybe 6-7 days. 40s, it would probably be kind of the same because we had 3 kids at the point in our 40s.
It definitely wasn't no 6 days in our 40s. No, not with 3 kids.
No, not that 40. That was our late 30s that was still kind of 6.
Late 30s, we still had 3 kids.
Yeah, but it was still kind of regular.
But I feel like it did adjust.
Yeah, but I'm saying the adjustment didn't really happen to what? 40s? I would say the 40s is when we really start going to 4 times, maybe 4 times a week, but it's more intentional.
You have a better memory than I do.
Listen, it's just more intentional now, So I would say the late 30s, it kind of tapered off. Let's just say it like that. The early 40s, it was probably about the same as the 30s. But once we hit that 45 mark, yeah, good people. That 45 mark.
Definitely, yeah.
So what would you say?
Even though the kids were older, it was just, man, your body changing. My body's changing. The hormones all over the place.
You getting ahead of the stuff. You getting ahead of the episode now. You getting ahead of the episode now. So listen. She trying to jump. She trying to jump to the last part of it. But listen, it changed. What we trying to show you in that early part of our marriage, we had to keep adjusting our sexual rhythm. 20s, 30s, 40s, perimenopause. Now at 47, and she's 48. So before we go to that next part, why change can feel scary, I wrote this down. The love didn't change, right? We just had to find a new rhythm. That's the thing. That you're gonna be doing that throughout your whole relationship, throughout life, just finding a new rhythm. So now talk about when it did started to change. Was that scary for you? Did you feel pressure? Like, talk a little bit about that.
I probably always put pressure on myself to keep up, because I have told him before, I feel like I've never really noticed a change in him because
you haven't.
He's still the way he still talks, the interaction with that aspect of our life. So I felt like I would pressure myself to feel like, ooh, you got to keep up. You can't slow down now. So
Yeah, but it's not pressure, good people. Like I always tell her, I don't ever want her to feel pressure. You know, I don't ever want her to feel like
it wasn't coming from you.
I know, I know. I know that, babe, but I'm just saying, as a partner to you, I always tell you what. I don't want to just say I understand. I want you to feel that understanding, right? So I don't ever want you to feel pressure, you know. So for me, because I have formed a pattern of doing that for 20 plus years, ending my night like that. Y'all hear me talk about patterns, nervous system, right? So it was a bit scary for me because I had to retrain my nervous system to a different rhythm, right? That was the main thing. So as guys, especially if you have a high libido, when that started to change any type of way, you start to be, what's going on? You know, why I don't feel like this? Why I don't do it? Well, me. Let me say me. Y'all might not feel like that, but me. But I really had to adjust to that and understand that nothing was wrong. Nothing was broken, right? It's just that hormone shifted. Even with me, guys, testosterone starts to drop after 40. So you really got to be more intentional about your health and keeping your testosterone levels up, you know? So for me, you know, sometimes when it started to change early, I would take it personally. Sometimes, remember, sometimes you would always say, "Baby, you act like you mad because," or something. You would say, "Talk about that a little bit." You know, I want to give them the sauce, you know, give them the truth about. Well, anyway, look, she don't ever remember this stuff. She just be going through like, but no, but just sometimes at night when you would say, "Hey, babe, I'm not in the mood," like in the early part when it started to change.
I feel it at night. I guess I'd feel like in the morning if you were quiet and didn't say nothing. I'm like, "Is he mad because we didn't do it last night?"
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. And you know, and just to keep it a buck, in the early part when it really starts shifting, before I was able to coin it and put language to it and find a new rhythm and understand what was happening, I would be a little salty. Because like I said, my pattern was ending the night every night like that. We did that for 20 some years. Right. So yeah, I would be a little salty. So I wrote this down. Change can feel like you're losing part of your identity, but you're really just evolving, good people. That's all it really is. You just finding a new rhythm. That's all evolution is. Evolving is just finding a new rhythm, right? And that rhythm is not just in relationships. That's throughout life, everything. As you get older, you got to find new rhythms if you want to keep on dancing. Right. If not, don't find a new rhythm. Sit your ass down and don't dance. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real when I say that. But life is always gonna be playing music. So you gotta find a new rhythm, or else you're gonna be on the sideline, you know? So I tied that into the pattern and the nervous system, but now we're gonna really be talking about what perimenopause really does to your sex life in a marriage, good people. So yeah, I'm gonna let wifey take over this part right here. So just talk about those hormone changes. Just talk about, you know,
it's a hormone shift. Like it's the fluctuations of the hormones are just all over the place.
Make sure your mic, you covering up your mic. Make sure people can hear you now. Make sure people can hear you. Man, we had a technical difficulty going live. It just really abruptly ended our lives. So that's why we had to do a pre-record. Right. So yeah, so just bear with us, good people. We still trying to figure all this out, but go ahead. Emotional shifts. You was talking about emotional shifts, hormone shifts.
Yes. Emotional shifts, the libido, the fluctuation, even like the desire some days is just not there at all. Like I can't get it going.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, that's a big change because I've never experienced that aspect. Now, of course, there are days before, you know, you're tired and you just don't. But like to not feel that is totally different than just being tired and needing a break from sex. You know what I mean? Like you're just emotionally drained. No, this is like it's whole different because your hormones, your libido's way lower. You know, trying to find the right supplements to help your body through this stage of life. I mean, it is challenging. As a woman, it's very challenging.
Yeah. So a follow-up question to that real quick. You said the libido not feeling that. Now, was that scary for you?
Oh yeah, because you know, I'd not ever not felt it. Mm-hmm. So this is starting to think, oh, I haven't really felt that desire, and it's like, why is that happening?
Yeah.
And then, that's probably a major recognition of going through perimenopause. That is changing completely and adjusting your life to the things going on right now, which is what we're having to do.
Rhythm, good people. There it is again. Recognize, regulate, revelation, right? Rhythm, repeat. There to be you, baby. So yeah. See, look, I wrote down this. It's biology, not rejection. So fellas, pay attention to that, right? She's not rejecting you. I promise you. I thought it was too before I understood what was really going on. It's biology, good people. So men have to adjust too. This is what I wrote down. She talks about her adjustments, perimenopause, but we have adjustments too, man. Let's just keep it a buck, fellas. We ain't that spring chicken no more like we was in our 20s. I mean, I'm almost 50. I'm 47. I'm in good health, look good, feel good, but I'm not a spring chicken, good people. Look, expectations. I wrote down expectations change, learning to transmute sexual energy, emotional connection becoming deeper. Right. Not more frequent, but deeper. So I had to learn to go deeper, not wider, but deeper. And then the expectation, like I said before, I expected to have sex every night. That's how I closed out my night for 20-something years. Right. So that expectation had trained my nervous system to expect that. I had to rewire that in real time. Right. Not only had to rewire my nervous system, but I also had to make wifey nervous system feel safe that I'm not mad. I'm not mad because we didn't do it. I get it. I understand it, right? So at this stage, I wrote down intimacy becomes more than just physical. It's not, me and wifey intimacy is a little bit more than physical now, because some days I don't want to do it. And I still got high libido and all that. But with the businesses, building this digital business out, the content, the kids, homeschooling, the cannabis business, man, when I get home, shit, I just want to chill and see this pretty face and hang out and take my tail to bed. You feel me? So fellas, man, you just got to understand that we're changing too. Right. It's not just the woman that's changing, right? We always try to make it sound like, I'm not saying we make it sound like, but I've talked to some fellas that make it sound like it's just the women's bodies changing. I'm like, dude, you ain't a spring chicken either. You 50 or 55. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. I mean, you ain't just doing double headers every day either. I mean, right. So yeah, babe. So what else would you say if you had to say something to the ladies out there right now before we get up out of here, man, and give y'all 3 steps that y'all can really start kind of finding a new rhythm? What would you say? What would you say to the ladies going through perimenopause right now that might be going through, their husbands might not be understanding, they might be understanding, but they just don't even know what's really going on with their body right now?
Right.
Talk to them.
You definitely gotta, if you're starting to feel changes and you're not sure what it is, research what's going on. I mean, that's what I had to do. I'm like, something's off.
You got your mic covered up again, babe. Oh.
Something is off. So it just, you got to do your research. Keep track of it. Keep track of the changes that you're feeling. I know one of the main things that I noticed, not necessarily sexually, but was my ears ringing. So just becoming aware of when you're actually starting perimenopause, that's very key, because the sooner you realize what's going on in your body, you can work through a lot of things. Not saying it's going to be easy, not saying you're going to just be over it because you've done research. No, but you'll at least know what's going on, and you'll be able to put an identity to it.
Yes.
And then that way, you can go from there. Whatever you need to do for yourself at that point, that's where you got to start doing that work.
I like that. And fellas, if you going through it with your partner right now, my advice to you, just adjust, find a rhythm, be more understanding, right? Because your libido could be higher than your partner's right now. Like wifey was saying, my libido is still pretty high, right? But it has dropped, but it's higher than hers because she's going through these hormonal changes. Even though I'm going through hormonal changes, it's not like hers, So we got to be more understanding. So I would say to the fellas out there that's in these long-term relationships, you just got to be more understanding, embody that understanding, right? Find a rhythm that works for you and your spouse. You know, if it was 6 days a week, maybe it's only 2 days a week now, but y'all need to talk about that from a regulated place so y'all can find a rhythm that works and not just a rhythm that works for you. Yeah. So now listen, man, we about to give y'all 3 ways, man, that y'all can start getting this rhythm together, right? Like us, that y'all can start doing this rhythm. So step 1, I just already really said that. Talk about it honestly.
Yes. You gotta have that communication.
Yeah.
You know, you have to and once you know you understand as a woman what you're going through, you can communicate that to your partner.
Yes, I like that. So you got to remove the shame. I wrote down, remove the shame, communicate honestly, like wifey said, understand what each person is experiencing.
Yes.
From both sides. Because like I said, we going through it too, man. Our body's changing too, but it might not be on the same level as the perimenopause. So y'all got to talk about that openly, right? So what's step 2, babe? What's step 2?
Redefine intimacy.
Redefine intimacy, good people.
What does your intimacy look like now at this stage? Because it's still important to have it, right?
Oh, yeah, you got to have it.
You know, you do it in different ways. Also, the touch, the affection, you know, quality time, spending time with each other. Or, you know, sometimes you got to read the room. If you know you need space also, because you don't want to try to force that and you know one person isn't in that equation with you. So even giving that space to your partner, then that way you can come back together even stronger.
That's real talk. I like that. I wrote down intimacy is bigger than just frequency.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So just remember that. Step 3, finding what? Finding
rhythm.
What? Gotta find that rhythm, baby. Gotta find that. Listen, every stage of marriage has a rhythm. This is what I wrote down. Couples who last adapt.
Yes.
Couples who last, they find new rhythm.
You're adapting not just sexually. You
socially.
You can recognize adaptation in other areas, but sometimes I feel like people forget they have to adapt sexually.
Yes. Sexually is big, man. And then love is built over time. Good people, just remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. So you're not going to build 20, 30 years of marriage in a day. No. That's built over time. Love takes time to build, right? Because you got to go deep with love, not wide. It's deep, right? You got to go deep, then wide. So listen, long marriages survive because couples keep adjusting.
Right.
Couples keep finding the rhythm. So listen, sex, is a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
But you just got to find a new rhythm, good people. So that's what we wanted to talk to you about today, just finding that rhythm. And then that's pretty much it for this episode, right? Always drop your questions.
Yes.
Right? Man, what's the email?
The THA Married Life 23@gmail.com.
And like I said, sometimes we go live. We tried to go live today, but something happened, man. We was 15 minutes in and it just kicked us out and stopped. So we just had to pre-record it, you know. So hey, look, we still gonna get you this good information though, you know.
We had to adjust.
Ooh, say that again.
I said we had to adjust.
We had to find a new rhythm in real time. We had to recognize, right? We had to regulate, right? We had to get a different revelation on what to do. Right. We had to find that new rhythm, and then we still daring to be us in real time, good people. So until next week, same bat time, same bat channel. The Married Life Podcast episode 18 will be next week. We got a good one for you again. So it might be live. It might be pre-recorded. We don't even know, right? We don't know. But listen, good people, until next time, always remember, you got to find a new rhythm if you want to last long term.
Yes.
Y'all have a good Tuesday. And I'm FL. And this is my boo thing. You have a great day.